about Trevor Sharpie, the former Lancer?
I'm kind of disappointed he left, but I like that 4 spot up there on him.
Yeah, he's down 4 spots, and last year you guys dropped all 3 games to this team. What's up with that?
Well, last year they had Austin Hedges.
Yeah. Now, did he get drafted this year?
Yeah, I heard that he signed for $3 million.
Wow. So he beats the Lancers 3 games last year, and then right after he graduates, he signs for big time dollars. Is that what you're telling me?
Not quite as much dollars as Henry Owens got for beating us.
Oh, yeah, that kid. He's, actually, I talked to him on Facebook. Right after he signed, I saw him around driving in a white Range Rover with white rims as that one gets underneath the glove of Heinrich. And do you rule that an error? Is that an error?
We'll leave it up to my dad in the scores table for that one.
If I know your dad, I think he's going to rule that a base hit. That ball had eyes on it. And it's a home game, so you got to give Matt Carlson a base hit. Matt Carlson on base. Hey, me and Robert were talking. Remember that game where Tommy Bell had that triple and you said last year he doesn't make it? You said, or he came across the score.
The hard slide.
Yeah, the hard slide. Last year he doesn't make it. So I was having a debate. We were talking about the fastest guy on the team, and Rob thinks it's Connor Sullivan, as that one is slashed over to short. Heinrich can't handle it, and the Lancers first and second with nobody out. Rob thinks the fastest Lancer is Connor Sullivan. I want to argue and say that it's Josh Morgan.
I'm going to come out of left field right here and go Jason Martin.
Jason Martin.
The kid flies.
You know what? Yeah, he is fast.
While Connor does the most with his speed, I got to say, sheer speed, Jason Martin.
Wow. And I think Jason Morgan is a gazelle out there on the base paths. But, so we're talking about the fastest Lancer. Back to my original point. Last year you were one of the slowest.
If not, I was the slowest.
The slowest. Sorry to put you out there like that, but
I had 2 triples.
You did, actually. Those were ones that were hitting in the gap, well in the gap. You had a lot of power. I don't know. You still got that power?
I don't know. I haven't picked up a bat since last season.
That's right. You've been recovering from that shoulder injury. But as Coach K will come out to the mound and have a talk with Trevor Sharpie. Once again, Nolan Rogers joining us up here at Lancers Baseball. Bottom of the 4th inning, Orange Lutheran up 4-0 against the J. Sarah Lions. If you were to race Tommy Bell, who would win?
Tommy. It depends if he's trying. if Tommy's not trying, then I might be able to beat him. But if Tommy actually puts the effort forth, which he's been doing this year, he'd smoke me.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy Bell, I know you've been away from the team. You graduated last year in 2011. You're now at Oregon, where you will walk on next year, right?
I'm going to try.
So you're out there in Oregon. You haven't been here. I know you still talk to the guys and everything. You were out there before the game. You brought some of the guys some seeds. I was expecting a bag of my own. I was like, dang, Nolan brought me seeds. But then I found out they were for Cole and Smith, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so
special mixture.
What has been the difference this year for Tommy Bell? Because last year, all kinds of discipline actions. Coach Barber took all kinds of discipline against Tommy Bell. I mean, just what's been the difference this year? Because Coach Barber said that this year he's just a different player, a different person. He's disciplined this year. What's been the main difference for him?
Now, well, I'm sure he's still a goofball off the field. On the field this year, there's just a focus around him. He just seems focused, motivated. His attitude is 100% different. And baseball players can only control 2 things, attitude and effort. And both of those things are through the roof for Tommy this year.
You're absolutely right. I mean, talk about his numbers are just – we know he has the talent. He has the talent to play. And it shows by the way he performs as Dalton Fries checks in. Scored the 2nd run of the game for Orange Lutheran. Will square around to bunt here. And he pulls it back, but it's called a strike. What's college life been for you like this year?
Well, I just finished calculus, so I'm really happy about that. But, I mean, it's just been a lot of fun going to football games, basketball games, sitting like second row at baseball games. It's just a lot of fun.
What's the atmosphere like at a football game?
Loud. You can't hear yourself think. Autzen Stadium's one of the loudest in the country.
Yeah, I bet. And I know I was talking about the weather a couple of games ago, and I know you were listening from Oregon. Why are you wearing a sweater right now?
I'm actually not cold at all. It snowed up on Wednesday, our first snow of the year, and I'm just happy to be back in the sunshine.
Here comes the 0-2. Fries slashes this one foul down the left field line. What do you think about this team this year, this Lancers team? I know you've watched a couple of games.
They look deep. They look incredibly deep, and they're just, the team chemistry this year is amazing compared to what last year was. Last year we had good chemistry. This year they have great chemistry.
Sharpie now starting to take his time, and there's a balk. Wheatley had a balk in the top half of the fourth. Now Sharpie has one, but the difference is Brent Wheatley had already recorded one out. No outs here. Runners on second and third, and the Lancers looking to tack on some more runs. They lead it 4-0 to the J. Sarah Lions. They lost all three to J. Sarah last year, and I talked to Cody Nolf after the game on Wednesday, and I said, how much motivation does that give you to play J. Sarah? Not only the fact that you lost all three games to this team, but a couple of former Lancers said, we're looking to pay him back, as Cody Nolf awaits on deck.
Yeah, we got gypped last year by that infamous phantom tag.
The tag at home, I remember that.
Oh, that was brutal.
I remember that. That was you who made that tag, too.
It was. I tagged him, and the umpire said safe, and then we got photo evidence the next day that I had in fact tagged him.
That ball slashed right by the second baseman. One run comes in to score. Dalton Fries continues his hitting. And Dalton Fries starts off the night 2 for 3. And that time, give him an RBI. Yeah, that was a pretty nice tag, I gotta admit. And wasn't Josh Morgan a catcher last year also? For some time?
Josh started the fall playing catcher, but
because didn't he play at St. Mary's? He played catcher too one time, remember?
He might have caught early in the season, but towards the middle it was Wickman, and then late it was me.
Actually, that's when you got your everyday role.
St. Mary's was my first action of the year. I'd been hurt with a hamstring.
And then after that, you just came on the scene. What was your... You had a couple of big flies last year. What was your biggest hit that you can remember in 2012?
My biggest hit would probably be that double off of Edison in the CIF to tie the game. Garrett Jimenez going on the hit and run, and I just put it in the right field corner.
That one gave you guys the lead, didn't it?
No, we didn't actually take the lead. That tied us up.
Oh, okay. I was talking about that hit earlier. I couldn't remember what pitcher it was against.
John Torres.
Yeah. I finally was able to remember after I had Robert go ask you. 3-0 to Cody Nolf.
Yeah, I wouldn't pitch to Cody here either.
You put him on?
I wouldn't give him anything good to hit. See if I can get him to fish.
Here comes a 3-0, and they try to get him to go after one out of the strike zone, but all to no avail. And the Lancers, for the second inning in a row, have him loaded, nobody out, and that's going to do it for Trevor Sharpie as Coach K is walking onto the mound. And if I tell Coach Borba that if they have a big inning here, and I tell him that you were on for this inning, he's probably going to have to. He's probably going to ask you to call in every bottom of the fourth inning from now on.
No thanks.
Orange Lutheran leading 5-0 here in this game. Arguably the biggest game they played so far this year. This one first place written all over it. The winner of this game in sole possession of first place.
So you can pick them up there, or there's a lady or a gentleman walking around. Also,
how long are you out here for, Nolan?
I got back last Thursday, and I'm here till Sunday.
So, not very long then. Or actually, yeah.
Just about a week. Just over a week.
Are you driving back, flying back?
Flying back.
You can go there and get food after the game.
Yeah, so I hear weather is supposed to get here Sunday. We're supposed to have rain.
Yeah.
I'm sorry in advance for bringing it with me.
I know, huh? Yeah, for some reason I thought it was going to rain tonight. I'm glad it didn't. It rained all last weekend, though. You weren't here for that, though, were you?
No.
So
I got back last night, immediately drove to In-N-Out.
The funny thing, I was listening to the Scott Van Pelt show earlier, and he was talking about he went to Las Vegas for one day. The first thing he did when he landed, he went to In-N-Out. So, Nolan Rogers taking a page out of Scott Van Pelt's book. There's no In-N-Outs over there?
No, they stop. I think the furthest one north is Redding, California, about a 3.5-hour drive.
Wow.
My buddies and I have contemplated making that drive before.
Wow. Now I gotta ask you, what's more popular out there, Starbucks or Seattle's Best?
We got a Starbucks right near campus. I haven't seen a Seattle's Best around, but I haven't wandered too much into downtown. We have a local coffee shop named Dutch Bros, which is pretty popular. They have stuff all around Eugene.
So, when did you turn 21?
2 years.
It's funny because I'm looking at Nolan Rogers right now, and last year he was clean shaved, and right now looks like he's 25. Got the full beard going.
It's cold in Oregon. I gotta keep my face warm.
And Coach Deese gave you some grief about that, didn't he?
Oh, he did. He told me I looked ugly.
Bases loaded here for Tommy Bell. Tommy Bell put on some power during the offseason.
We don't need a power shot right here. We just need a little clean single.
Anything. Orange Lutheran up a 5 spot, looking to tack on some more. Here's the 0-1 to Bell. That's in there for a called strike. No balls and 2 strikes, bases juiced for Bell. 0-2 pitch, misses downstairs, nicely blocked by Warden. Ball and 2 strikes. The Lions need outs. Here's a 1-2 to Bell. And Bell will keep this at-bat alive. Good at-bat put on here by the senior Tommy Bell. Jason Martin awaits on deck, the hottest of the Lancers. Red hot. 2-2. And Bell will stay alive because he fouls this one off of the Warden's mask.
I gotta say, those foul tips off the mask are not fun.
How hard is it to hit a home run here at Hart Park?
I played here for 4 years. I think I saw 1 or 2 in a game. Josh Doyle took one in the alumni game over right center. Just an absolute shot. Of course, that was back with the old bats, the ones full of pop.
I remember that year. Josh Doyle hit a couple of home runs. Jake Price now pitching. As a full count, here's the payoff to Tommy Bell. Gonna stay alive. A good at bat put on here, but yeah, remember that was 2010. That year, I saw Dylan Bryan crush one. What was it? Right to left center with that NCAA Division II, Division III championship banner stands or hangs.
Yeah, with these new bats though, the BB Core bats, it becomes near impossible here. You got to play for singles, doubles. You got to really play small ball because you're not going to get that 3-run home run at Hart Park at night.
Yeah, it's been. There was none last year, was there?
No, none of us. No, none of us hit one last year.
Payoff pitch. It misses downstairs, and they walk one in. Credit Tommy Bell with the RBI. And you hit a monster 3-run home run last year in that Lions tournament that went into the street. Talk to us about that home run.
I was just looking for a pitch to drive. I got a fastball up, and I just put a good swing on it, and it kept going.
What was it, like 380?
It was something. I'm not too sure.
Daytime. That was a moonshot. As Jason Martin hits us to Heinrich, a double play ball to throw to second for one. Can't get the throw to first, so they get one out. But the Lancers drive one more in, and it is 7-0. And they've had, Jay Serra has had their share of bad luck here in this game. Just too many mistakes against a quality team like Orange Luther. You're not going to win games when you commit the errors that they've committed here in this game.
I'm not so sure they would have got Jason Martin at first base right there anyways. He flies. He was almost at the bag before the guy even attempted the transfer.
You know, I always say that one of the biggest cliches in sports, speed kills.
Speed never slumps.
Connor Sullivan this season has about 12 infield singles.
Yeah, Connor Sullivan, perfect example. You know how many extra base hits Connor Sullivan has in his varsity career?
Probably like 4.
0.
Wow.
You know what he bats? About 500.
He came into this game batting 550.
And he's
525.
And he's added 2 or 3 hits tonight.
Yeah. On base percentage, 585.
It's amazing.
585.
I wish I was fast.
Wow. 585 on base percentage. You know what? Now that I think about it, I haven't seen him go for 2 bags. Seven nothing Orange Lutheran here in the bottom of the 4th. They tacked on 3 more. Still 1 out. Runners on the corners for Rocket.
Do not be surprised if we see a hit and run right here, Romero.
Anything,
or at least a straight steal to stay out of 2.
On Wednesday, the Lancers had, I think it was 2 suicide squeezes. Both worked to perfection. And then a drag bunt by Jason Morgan. Drove in the game-winning run. There goes the runner. And no throw in the second. Boy, did you see that speed?
Man, he flies.
Wow. I call him J-Mart. What's your nickname for him?
I called him J-Mart.
Oh, you did?
J-Mart, Jason.
We're going to call him J-Mart.
That guy.
Everybody here this year, just about everybody has a nickname. This guy in the batter's box right now, Rocket. Tell me how appropriate that is for him.
I've always liked J-Mo. J-Mo and J-Mart.
I like Rocket. Have you seen his arm at third base?
This is true. Last year he struggled making that throw. He towards the beginning of the year he broke a fingernail and it was all purple on his throwing arm and he couldn't put pressure on the ball and that really hurt him. He never got in the groove. This year looks like Brooks Robinson over there.
You think about the additions this year. It's like adding 2 new quality players to this team. Jason Martin, Josh Morgan, both injury prone last year.
Yes.
In and out of the lineup. Both healthy here in 2012. They hit back-to-back. Here's the 2-1. That ball's crushed out to center. Right there forward is McFarland. He drops the baseball. The Lancers score the 8th run of the game. The Lions failed to record the out. And they record the 3rd error of the game. And to be quite honest with you, I was about to say he brought it in. I looked down for a quick second, and I just heard the Oz, and I knew it was an error.
I was about to give you a nudge and tell you to look up before you spoke.
So the E8 there on McFarland allows Jason Martin to go to 3rd, Josh Morgan to 1st, and Cody Knopf to score the run.
Now, just like Jason stole second base, do not be surprised if we see Josh go. He's got just the same speed.
As Travis Blue, this guy, what does Travis Blue need to do to get going? Because he's been in a little slump here.
It might be mental. His swing, in the few games I've seen, his swing has not looked bad. It might just be he's got to see it and hit it type thing.
And there goes Morgan. No throw into second, and you got to love how aggressive Orange Lutheran is being here in 2012. They're up in 8th spot, and they're still stealing bases. I mean, no disrespect to the JCR Lions, but you got to keep your pedal on the gas.
Yeah, they don't have Austin Hedges back there anymore. Last year, we couldn't straight steal it all against these guys.
A big swing and a miss there by Travis Blue. As the infield playing in, they do not want to give up more runs. 1-2. Priest wanted the strikeout. He's not going to get it. Travis Blue able to even things up at 2-2. Still one out here. A big time 2 RBI opportunity for Blue. 2-2 is bounced. Rob had an opportunity to talk to Coach K, and he said feels that Casey Warden, probably one of the best all-around catchers he's ever coached. How much truth is there to that?
Well, he coached Austin Hedges. How do you get more well-rounded than Austin Hedges? But this catcher, Casey, hasn't looked bad tonight. He's keeping balls in front. I haven't seen his throwing arm yet, but he seems to be handling the pitcher decently.
Travis Blue, you see the frustration in his face right there after taking a pitch that he thought was outside of the strike zone. Second strikeout of the night. Casey Warden throwing out 75% of runners this season. Not bad. Not today. I think Orange Lutheran is going to make that percentage drop by a lot. Something like 5 steals in this game. So for Travis Blue, back-to-back games with 2 strikeouts. Both times he's gone down looking. As Matt Stummy checks in, and still an opportunity to drive in 2 more. Student appreciation night here, and the Lancers giving the students something to cheer about, as they have put back-to-back 4 spots on the scoreboard to lead it 8-0. I'm not a math major. You're the calculus guy. 4 + 4 = 8?
I'd assume so.
Okay. Just making sure. There's a 2-0. Stummy goes ahead of the count, 3-0.
Back-to-back crooked numbers. Coach Borber's got to be very happy about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to have something good to say about that. You know, Coach Borber has coached some very good teams in his time of coaching. won 2 CIF titles with De La Salle. But this is his 5th year here with Orange Lutheran, and before the season, he said he feels like this team here, because he's never had a team where he's had 4-year starters or players that have been in the system for 4 years. He said this might be the best team he's ever coached.
Well, I didn't see any of his De La Salle teams, but that 2010 team was loaded with talent, and I think these guys have just as much talent as those guys, and maybe a better clubhouse.
The 2010 team is the team that won the Trinity League. They were upset, we would say, by El Dorado. I believe it was Kyle Toomey who threw a complete game or 6 innings, I believe. He's a big-time prospect this year for El Dorado.
Yeah, I was in that dugout, and we had that never-quit attitude, and when Nico Burnett hit that absolute shot over the trees and over the street behind El Dorado, we thought we were in it, but we could never quite get that second run. We lost 2-1.
That ball was hit into right field, brought in by the right fielder for Tech, and finally the Lions are able to get out of the inning, but not before Orange Lutheran tacks on 4 more runs on 5 base hits, 1 error. They strand 2. We are through 4. Nolan, it's been a pleasure. So glad you could join us here on Lancers Live, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. Appreciate that. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with the start of the 5th inning.